On today's show, an athlete makes history, another one stops a 10-year-old drought, and the one word the NFL wants gone. All that and more, plus our Beasts and Busters on That's What She Said Sports. Four and a half.
Four.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to That's What She Said Sports. I am your sports chick, Nicole Monique, and I'm with my co-dude, BG.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh. Put some flavor at the end of it.
Hey, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's what I do.
Okay.
Put it all in a pot, cook it up like gumbo.
Well, we want to welcome the rest of our sports chicks and sports dudes who are listening to us on our podcast on Podbean, on I-95 Sports Network, and also all those who are watching us on the on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So I want to welcome everybody to the show. Got a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on this weekend.
Yes.
But like we always do before we get started, want to find out, how was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah, because I know you were on the you were on the course for a little bit.
Yes, I hit the links yesterday, man.
Yeah, I was looking for you, and I got the text on course.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yes. I typically don't wear my phone, but I was out there by myself, so
Yeah.
I had it on my hip yesterday.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it was fun times, man. It was fun times out there. It was packed, of course.
Right.
Everybody got the bug.
Everybody's trying to take advantage of the sun because we have another polar vortex that's happening to us in the ATL.
Please don't kill my vibe.
Yeah, sorry.
Please don't kill my vibe. Yeah, man. But it was really nice out there yesterday, man. I had the pleasure of playing with a young lady who plays high school golf.
Okay.
And she's pretty good.
Nice.
So good luck, Miss Lexi Allen.
Yeah.
So and it was just a good time, man. My game is not there yet.
Okay.
You know, it's early on. You know.
Okay.
My first.
It's Tiger-like.
Yes, first tournament of the season.
Right.
So there's a lot left to be desired.
Right.
But I had fun, man.
Yeah.
I had fun. It felt real good getting out there because the course that I played, they did some remodeling to it.
Okay.
They got some new greens, but we've yet to experience them because they're still dormant. But they still played really fast.
Okay.
And just a good time, man.
Yeah.
It was a good time. It felt good to get out there. I'm not in golf shape. I mean, that was proven once it was all over.
Let's not talk about getting in shape. That's a whole nother conversation that we've been having here at the studio.
It's all right, though. It's all right. We are hyper focused.
That's it. That's
what we are.
And that's our word. Yeah. And now a lot like you, my husband and I, we were just out and about. It was just nice to be out.
Oh,
you know,
please
took advantage of the sun.
What?
Just you did your normal weekend stuff.
Right.
But it was just the weather was beautiful.
Yeah, man.
So you had to take advantage of it.
I'm trying to tell you, I felt like a snake. I was like,
I know.
Just basking in the sun.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But again, the cold air is coming, so we're bracing ourselves.
Please don't remind me.
So guess what, folks? The world did not come to an end. Yes, it did not come to an end. Jason Collins has become the first openly gay player in all 4 major North American professional sports, nearly 10 months after announcing his sexuality, and the world did not come to an end.
Wow.
He signed a 10-day contract with the Brooklyn Nets, and all is well.
Wow. Now, what do you think about that? I mean, do you think it's a little bit different, basketball versus football?
I don't. I think at the end of the day, it's still a team sport. There's still some of the same issues that we had addressed when we were talking about Michael Sam, as far as, the guys in the locker room, the guys in the shower, and the whole nine.
Right.
I just think I have to give it to the NBA being a lot more progressive than the NFL.
Okay.
And just saying it for what it is, big ups to the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
We just need a good guy, a good player.
Right.
And I had a lot of respect for Jason Collins, who even said in his press conference, at the end of the day, he was asking the media, just say, this is Jason Collins, the basketball player. Please not call me Jason Collins, the gay basketball player.
Whoa.
And I had to, and that's something that we've talked about. That's something that we've said should be the precedent.
Right.
Let's not put labels.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So, big ups to him, the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, absolutely.
But like I said, what was just cracked me up was the fact that, all this buildup of what would happen and nothing happened.
Nothing.
It was like the year 2000.
Crickets.
Nothing happened.
The computer didn't stop working.
Right.
But I think it's a little bit of a difference, though. You know what I mean?
Now, what do you find different with it?
Well, I mean, the number of players first and foremost.
Okay.
So, I mean, with the NBA, I mean, you don't have as many players, so I mean, you can kind of.
But when you say the number of players, you mean the number of players on the court
on
or
the roster?
Okay, on the actual roster,
meaning who will actually experience them in the locker room.
Okay,
versus the NFL. I mean, you're talking about 52 other players plus staff and all of that. So it's probably a little bit more volatile, I think, in the NFL.
Oh, definitely. But I still just think by being an athlete, it's still very macho, very a man sport. That whole dynamic.
No, you're not gonna find no lace in the locker room and stuff like that. No, it's not gonna be anything like that.
So with that, he got a standing ovation, which is pretty cool from the crowd, and the Nets actually beat the Lakers 108-102. So
I'm not sure if that's saying a whole lot these days.
Well, yeah, I think I could personally beat the Lakers at this point. So, yeah, but I mean, it's just the fact that fine, it's happened. Let's move on.
Yeah, the thing about it is too is Jason Collins has always been a good guy.
Right.
I think that has a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah.
It's not like he's just your average basketball player. Right. I mean, he's actually a pretty smart guy. Yeah. So when it comes to, just like you said, him mentioning that in the press conference,
right.
I mean, that's a pretty heady move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and he had a few key plays. I mean, it wasn't anything major.
Right.
But, he was out there for like 11 minutes, had a few key plays. And at the end of the day, the Nets, they need a smart player.
Right.
So,
and I think it's, hats off to him for just staying in halfway decent shape.
Right.
So when you do get the call.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So congratulations to him.
Yeah.
So B, I have reached out to you.
Talk to me, baby.
Because the World Golf Championships.
Yes, the Accenture match play.
Yeah, I need you to explain what this is.
Right.
And just for all you out there, BG is going to be producing his own golf show. Yes, and because we got to have more golf in our lives,
right? We really
and
do.
He is the perfect person, and we're excited about this show coming. So stay tuned for that.
Thank you
and
so smelly much.
This would be a great segue to kind of talk about it because I truly one of those people. Like I didn't get it. Like, is this the first time they ever had this? Because I don't ever remember this being like a big deal.
No, this particular tournament is always what they call match play.
Okay.
And match play basically you're actually pitted against one other person. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you're all in a group like normal stroke play.
Right.
You're actually pitted against one other player.
Okay. So, and I'm just going to interrupt you this one last time. Were there any big stars in it? I mean, I know.
Oh, absolutely.
Because was Tiger in it?
No, Tiger was not.
Okay, and maybe that's what.
Yeah, Tiger and Phil both skipped this tournament.
Okay,
but they'll both be playing next week in the Honda Classic.
Okay.
So so we'll get up for that.
Okay.
See my cousin do his thing.
All right, so I want you to explain what this match and, like you said, kind of break it down because it seemed like it was really intense at one point.
Oh, it's very intense.
Okay.
I think it's probably more difficult to go mano-a-mano in golf than it is to play in a group.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because again, I mean, everything is focused on you and that other player.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's nothing to distract anybody from anything else.
Right.
It's just two players out there. So the difference being is that, of course, in normal stroke play, you typically have four in a group that tee off, together. And in match play, it's one versus the other. So it's still stroke play, but it's just, one-on-one versus you playing against the field. You're now playing against that person. And
what qualifies you to be in this championship? Like you obviously have to be like in the top something.
Yeah, in the past it was the top 50, but this year they did a little bit different because they brought in some of the European flavor. As a matter of fact, the kid that played in the championship bracket, Victor. Oh, let me see if I can get this. DUBUISSON.
Okay, nice.
Yes, Frenchman.
Okay.
Man, that kid had me, and if you follow me on Twitter, you saw how I was just all over this match because it was intense, man. This kid.
Was he the one with Jason Day?
Yes.
Okay.
He's 23 years old.
Okay.
This kid.
That's what they were talking about.
Yes.
They wanted to see his birth certificate.
Man, dude was lights out.
Wow.
Straight stoic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just hyper focused. Man, I thought he was going to break Jason Day off. I really did. I thought he was going to break him off a little something. Right. But it was really intense. No, you had some big names in there. You had your Furyks and all these guys in there, your Strickers. But at the end of the day, when it came down to it, the consolation match was the third place match, which was one that just got me to going because Ricky Fowler is one of the players that I follow. He's one of the young guns. He can really crush a golf ball. He's out of Oklahoma State, a former motocross rider.
Okay.
And They had him pitted against Ernie Els, the South African.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Big Easy.
Yeah.
I love Ernie Els, man. I've always liked his demeanor and, his philanthropic efforts. He's just a good guy.
Right.
But it was tough watching Ricky crush him like that.
Oh, was that bad?
And it wasn't like from wire to wire. It was like they were like neck and neck, one up, one down, one up, one down, all square. And they were all square through 16.
Right.
Meaning they were tied.
Yeah.
And then Ricky just like, you know what?
So that's how you really progress to the next round.
Right.
I mean, it's good old fashioned, I beat you, and then I'm...
Bingo.
Okay.
Man, 17 and 18, Ricky hit the drive that he needed to hit. Yeah. But he hit it with some oomph. Okay. You know what I mean? So he had more than enough distance, and the accuracy was right on. Wow. And then I kind of knew. I was like, you know what? Ernie ain't going to be able to do this thing. Ernie wasn't far behind him. Yeah. Because Ernie's a big guy. Right. And Ernie can swing good now. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. He got that old man strength. But Ricky was just, and it's tough. It's a lot like basketball. Mm-hmm. Once you get in a groove as a golfer and you feel it and you got that muscle memory, there's nothing anybody can do, man. It's like you're playing by yourself. Right. So Ricky, on those last 2 holes, dialed it in.
So it sounded like the young guns was really doing their thing.
Gosh, man. And then here's the thing. I've always been following Ricky, but his putting in this tournament was like none other. I mean, he was like up here with it. I mean, he was very good with his putting. I mean, it didn't matter how long the putt was. He was dialed in. I mean, even if he had to lag it up next to the hole, it was still just a tap in.
No, be with that. Where does your caddy play a part in all that, in your success?
Oh, man, you have to have a great caddy. Okay. If you don't, then you, first and foremost, the importance of your caddy is to tell you where you are on the course. Right. And if your caddy isn't on it, then everything's off.
And when you say tell you where you are, what do you mean by that?
Distance wise.
Okay.
Yeah, because distance makes the difference. Your caddy is there basically. He's your felt found for the course. Okay. So after you hit a drive, he needs to tell you, okay, you got 200 to the pin. Right. 150 to the front. Yeah. 205 to the back. Okay. You know what I mean? You got a southwest wind. So, you're going to hit your normal draw or whatever. I mean, they get that specific, some of them.
Did you get all that?
Sorry about that, folks. Okay. Okay. All right. Say it got it. So I'm doing good. But, you're right. The young guns are just, man, they're just showing up and showing out. But that was the match for me that really had my attention. Right. And I wasn't really following Jason and Victor Dubuisson, so to speak. Right. It's like, okay.
So the guy who beat Ernie Els, who beat him?
Ricky Fowler got beat. No, he did not get beat. Or did he get beat? But they played for the third place match. Okay. They played for the consolation prize. He and Ernie did. Okay. And then of course you had Dubuisson and Day for the championship. Right. And
see, like that was dragging on.
Oh yeah, they wanted extra holes. Yeah. They played 4 extra holes. Right. You know what I mean? Which is unheard of. Typically the match will end after 20.
Now where was the match?
In Arizona. Okay. In Arizona. Okay. And I'm glad you asked that. Yeah. Perfect segue. Dubuisson on 2 holes hit over the green. Where did it land, folks? If you guessed cacti, you are correct. This guy did not take an unplayable lie. He hit the ball out of cactus twice. Wow. Twice. And he didn't just hit it out to save a stroke. He hit it out onto the green.
But what does that mean?
What that means is he hit the ball in the cacti. Typically what will happen is you can't swing a club in there, so you take an unplayable lie. You'll take a stroke in order to get relief to where you can actually swing your club. Okay. Or you do like he did. You just go ahead and swing away.
And that's what he did.
And the ball landed on the green, within good putting distance, twice. Wow. Back to back. I'm going to tell you something. This kid, Victor Dubuisson, is one that we're going to hear about from years to come. This is his first year as a pro. He won his first tournament last November on the European Tour. So now, with the way that he's finished in this PGA tournament, no doubt he's going to get some exemptions. Right. Meaning he's going to be allowed to play in a major as well as some other PGA tournaments.
Now, how many times has he been compared to Tiger?
He wasn't at all. Okay. But this guy, But
he sounds like he has a flair. The
excitement about the way that he plays is because to me,
right,
and that's what I like to see. You know what I mean? I don't like to see the methodical, just plain Jane player. I like to see a player that takes chances.
Right.
And this kid, man, it was all or none with him. That entire match, it was all or none.
So it sounds like, from what you're saying, I mean, we know Jason Day won, but it sounds like obviously Victor should have won.
Well, for me, it was Victor DUBUISSON who allowed for me to stay engaged with it.
Okay.
Jason Day, we know he's a great golfer, and he's knocking at the door. You know, he's gonna win a few.
Yeah.
You know, sooner than later.
Yeah.
You know, he's a long hitter as well. He's a young guy that can hit the ball a mile.
Because he's like 26.
Right. He can hit the ball a mile. He's newly married, just had a little son, and he can hit the ball. But you already know he's going to be successful. Yeah. But this kid, the excitement about Victor DUBUISSON is one. He's young, very young.
Yeah.
And not only is he's young, but he's young in golf sense as well.
Right.
Because he just turned pro. He's only a year pro.
Wow.
You know, of course, with him being French, he plays on the European tour. He doesn't have his PGA card yet, but he was invited to play in the Accenture. And with the way that he placed, he'll more than likely get some exemptions to some PGA tournament.
How about we're just excited every time you say his name?
DUBUISSON. yes, the Frenchman, Victor DUBUISSON.
That's cool.
Yes, man. I mean, this guy he's exciting to watch. For me, I love a golfer that lives to hit that next shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He hits some wayward tee shots, no big deal.
So what's next? Like, what's the next big tournament? Because there's something before the Masters, right?
Oh yeah. You got a couple of them before the Masters. The Masters isn't until
April, right?
Right. Okay. So you got a couple of them, but the Honda Classic is this coming week.
Okay.
And you'll have all the heavy hitters there.
Okay.
Tiger and Phil will be in there as well.
Right.
So that should be pretty good.
Okay.
So looking forward to that. Looking forward to see my cousin back out there on the greens.
Yeah.
You know
well, we're excited about the show. It's something I talked to you about.
As well as I am.
And
Can you tell?
There's quite a few people out there who follow us who love the golf talk. Okay.
Yeah, man.
So it'd be cool. My whole thing was you would be the perfect host for the show. I mean, your excitement just talking about it, you get me excited. I mean, because I'm trying to slowly get back into it.
Right.
So just to hear you talk about it and break it down, I get it.
I'm here for you.
So
I'm here for you. You know what I mean? Just like you are for me in curling.
Right.
And there is an Atlanta curling club, I might add.
And we will be going there. Yes.
Bow.
So get ready, Sid.
Get ready.
Look at Sid.
Get your broom out. Get your broom out.
All right. Well, thank you for all that with the WGC.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, let's switch gears. Let's talk about the NFL. The NFL's competition committee will soon consider a rule that would penalize players for using the N-word on the field. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. Now, this what makes this so interesting, and there's obviously a lot of variables. But first of all, for me personally, you have to look at there's no black owners.
Right.
We have predominantly black players.
Right.
Okay, so we got that. All right. Then how do you police conversation? Now I get, okay, fine, we're on the field.
Right.
A ref could possibly hear something. But if they just hear something because they just happen to be walking and they hear a couple players having a conversation, so it's just going to be raining flags all the time? I mean, how are we truly trying to police that? Ryan Clark, who plays for the Steelers, he had said...
Who does he play for?
He plays for the Steelers.
Okay.
He had actually made the comment, I think it's going to be really tough to legislate this N-word rule, and it's going to be white players using it toward black players. Most of the time you hear it... Oh, excuse me. And it's not going to be white players using it towards black players. Most of the time you hear it as black players using the word. So, so we're kind of like saying this group of the NFL population, which is the largest group.
Right.
We're trying to police what you say.
Right.
That's not going to work. And the way I see it too, as far as the NFL, you need to worry about the Washington Redskins.
Right.
Let's try to fix that.
Right.
And then the DUI situation.
Right.
And the domestic violence situation.
Right.
Not to mention the situation that we have as far as with the
concussion.
Thank you, with the concussions. So there's a litany of other things that we can be worried about outside of the N-word. And I get it, trying to change the culture, trying to change the word, everything came out with the Miami Dolphins and this and the other. Right. But let's face it, that word has been in play. That word is one of those two where both sides are never truly going to get it.
Right.
Okay. So it's one of those, I just don't see it happening.
Right.
B.
It's complicated. It really is. And I feel the same way. I mean, you have white owners.
Yeah.
Which
old white owners.
Right. Which is where that word was derived from.
Yeah.
okay, let's just call it like it is.
Right.
Policing African American players, majority African American players.
Right.
That whole dynamic doesn't even sound right.
No.
You know what I mean? So just from the beginning of things, it's complicated.
Right.
Honestly, it can't be done.
Yeah.
It absolutely can't be done. And I think it's kind of ridiculous for the NFL as a league to even put anything like that out there to the media. That you're going to even make an attempt on something like that.
And get this. You know how we see the players walk to the game and they got their headphones on?
Right.
Guess what? They're listening to the songs where it's my N-word, my N-word.
Right.
My N-word, my N-word.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I have to be singing that song.
Right.
And what's going to happen?
Yeah,
I mean, it's just hilarious when you think about it.
You know, it's one of those things where, you know, like when I was growing up, you know, my brother and I, we got into a lot of altercations with people because, you know, my mother, she always made us speak correct English in the house.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ain't is not a word and things of that nature. And, you know, and then she would always say, you know, before you can manipulate the English language, you have to master it first.
Right.
You know, keeping that in context, when it comes to the N-word, I think what needs to happen, you know, for us as a society, we definitely need to have that education about it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have no problem with these kids who want to say that, oh, well, you know, it's a cultural thing, you know, it's in rap music. Okay, fine. We get that whole piece.
Right.
But the thing that's missing there is the education about it.
Right.
Because I think if you knew the history behind it,
yeah,
you'd know the context in which you'd use it, or you'd at least think.
And saying it's the music and it's hip hop is too easy. Because
Bingo.
we were that hip hop generation.
You got it.
Okay, so that's an easy way out.
Right.
The bottom line is you have to know your history before you can talk about it.
Preach on.
And the bottom line is a lot of these kids don't know it.
Well, preach then. It's your sermon.
I'm just saying.
Well,
so to me, you know, as you're listening to Jay-Z, also go see 12 Years a Slave.
Bingo.
So then you kind of can see, oh, okay, I get it. Because at the same token, our generation, we also understand our parents or our grandparents, how they feel about the word.
Right.
And we're not taking anything away. By any means, I'm not trying to make light of this. And when I say as far as hilarious, I say it as far as that the NFL even has the audacity
right,
to think that can actually do something.
Right.
That piece is just ridiculous.
It really is.
But at the same token, I know my history. I know where the word stems from. I know it's deep, it's brutal, ugly, and all that. But in the same token, if I decide to say that word, that's on me.
Okay, now the first time we pass the buckets, that'll be for the love offering. The second time will be for the tabernacle.
Right.
Preach there.
But I'm just saying, you know, that's the piece where it's kind of like, first of all, if out of the 32 teams, if 16 of them had black owners,
right,
then we could all sit down at the table and have this conversation.
You're absolutely right, man. You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that Charles Barkley said a long time ago that I found to be very, very, very interesting. You know, Charles Barkley always got a soundbite for you.
Right.
You know, he was saying, you know, how are playing fields ever even when it comes to African Americans?
Right.
You know, and that's it. That's exactly what we're talking about here.
Right.
You know, you're talking about policing African American males, you know, but you have these, you know, historically white owners.
Yeah.
You know, that's...
And I would think, too, that some of these owners, let's just kind of pick on Jerry Jones. Okay. He's a polarizing figure.
Right.
Big owner in the NFL. We get all that. At the end of the day, Jerry wants to win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
So if he happened to be walking down the corridor and he hears a couple brothers talking and it's inward this, inward that, move on. He probably doesn't even hear it.
Right.
But can they catch and run and give me a Super Bowl ring?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's the piece where I don't even think some of these owners have even thought about it.
Oh, absolutely.
They're probably like dreading having this conversation.
Absolutely not. And that's the whole point. It makes you wonder. Okay, now who's actually behind all this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it Goodell?
And how is that meeting gonna look?
Hello.
It's gonna. I mean,
can we be a fly on that wall?
That meeting is gonna be very awkward.
Yeah.
You know,
very awkward.
So okay, let's see. We're moved down the list. Okay, next on the list, section 4. The N-word vote. Can we take a break? I think I need some coffee.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because I would say that should be again right after we figure out what we're doing with the Redskins.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys do something with the Redskins.
Bigger catfish to fry.
And possibly we can have that conversation.
Yeah, man. But not only that, I mean, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You know, they have a lot of other issues that are far more serious.
Yeah.
I mean, on out in the street, out in public, in general, the public at large, using N-words is not going to get you put in jail. No. But you knock your fiance out, I think you should go to jail.
Yeah, and the DUI situation.
Yeah.
I mean, last season, during the last off season,
right,
there were so many DUIs, it was like...
You lost track.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
You lost track.
Yeah, but like you said, I mean, again, you hit your fiance, knock her out.
Right.
Regardless of the before. Right. That doesn't sit well. You know, well, I mean, there's a list of things that the NFL needs to worry about.
You know,
this is not one of them.
And I don't mean to get off subject here, but that's foul.
Yeah.
Ray needs to be out of the league for that one.
Yeah. That's
I understand we make mistakes, but that one,
it's disturbing.
It's very disturbing.
And I think the video alone, again, like you said, not to get off topic, but the video alone, it was shocking. And I'll be honest with you,
shocking is an understatement.
Just, you know, being a woman and loving sports like I do, and also, you know, just having black men in my life, I always have to be careful of, and I'm always conscious of the fact that they get labeled. Right. And sometimes they can be made, you know, found guilty before innocent. I always want to make sure we get all the facts, whatever. Right. But to see those elevator doors open and he's dragging her, it was just, man, it hurt. Yeah. Because because, you know, it's just that whole thing of regardless, whatever I do to you and said, or, you know, at the end of the day, if you hit me, that's going to be a lot stronger than me ever hitting you. Right. And I don't care if she hit him. Right. You are a big football player. Right. 1 punch, 2 punch, whatever. She is out cold. Cold. And that's scary.
I mean, here's the thing. Brain trauma is irreversible. Yeah. Irreversible.
Right. And you know this as a player.
So if you hit that you're out cold.
Right.
Hello?
Come on. And first of all, and nothing is ever that deep.
Never.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen.
Never.
Let's put this out here. There's nothing ever that deep to where you're going to hit, as a man, you're going to hit a woman and knock her out. Right. Like Chris Rock said, shake us. Right. Shake me, pull me off of you. Right. But don't hit me to where you knock me out.
Even not a good stiff arm. I mean, hey, you run the ball. Hey, hold up, baby. Baby, look here now. Baby, we're not going there now. No, baby. You know what I mean? Give a nice little Heisman. Yeah. I mean, but you know what? Then we both live and we carry on. Right. You know what I mean? But now, I mean, this is going to be a criminal investigation.
Yeah, and it needs to be. And what's interesting is, you know, again, we're getting off topic, folks, but just, you know,
bear with us. We do that.
But it's a good conversation to have, and we'd love to hear your feedback. Right. So definitely hit us up on Facebook at That's What She Said Sports, and let us know on Twitter too, # She Said Sports. You know, my whole thing is, the Ravens are kind of like, well, you know, we're just going to look into it because he is such a good guy. Right. But like I was telling somebody recently, good guys hit too. Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a quote unquote bad guy. Right. You know, many a good guy who got caught up
and did many a bad thing
and have hit a woman, slapped a woman, or whatever. Yep. But at the end of the day, Ray should know, okay, if I hit her,
there's consequences.
There's consequences. But now but again, it's just that video. Whew,
you know what? That video does not look like that's his fiance. You feel me? Because if that's a woman that you said, hey, I want to spend the rest of my life with, do you do that to her?
But no, that's her.
Got to be more careful.
That's her. Yeah. And then the fact that, and again, what's hard too as a woman, that she's not pressing charges. You know what I mean? It's either this has happened before, or you're kind of like, well, you know, we just got in a fight. No, don't brush it off.
No, please don't.
And don't do the whole...
Because that's the preview to the movie. Trust me. Trust me.
Exactly. And we've seen this story played out, unfortunately, to where, I mean, look at the Steve McNair incident. Right. You know what I mean? I mean, we've had these kind of incidents where it doesn't work out with that other chick. Yeah. And either he kills her or she kills him. I mean, it's just disturbing.
It really is.
So... But again, we'd love to hear from you about the conversation about the NFL trying to police the N-word. Let us know what you think. Again, switching gears. And I guess this whole switching gears thing kind of leads up to this story. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. After a record-setting rain delay of 6 hours and 22 minutes, NASCAR's fan favorite and beast, I might add, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
That gummit
wins his second Daytona 500.
Junior.
Only 10 years after the first win.
Wow.
That's something.
That's tough to do, man.
Yeah.
That's tough to do.
But you know what? I'm a big Junior fan.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
I got into NASCAR years ago when I lived in New York. But what I love about Junior is the fact that
he's so cool.
Even just when he was quote unquote losing,
right, fans
still loved him.
Because he's so cool, man.
You know?
Junior is probably the coolest driver on the circuit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like my other guy too, Denny Hamlin. He's kind of cool too.
Yeah, which he came in second.
But Junior is the coolest name you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you have like your Jeff Gordon, your Jimmy Johnson.
Right.
You know, you have those buzz names or whatever. Right. But something about Junior, and I'm sure a lot has to do with his dad. Right. I mean, you know, his namesake.
Yeah, of course.
So, but it's just the fact that he's always so humble. Right. And after this huge win, it was never it was always, this is the team.
The team.
I mean, if anything, it was like he didn't even want all that. Right. You know, please, this is my team. Give it to my team.
My crew.
Right. I love that.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
Junior bad boy, man.
Yeah.
Junior is a bad
and you know
boy.
what? This helps NASCAR.
It does.
Let's face it, not only did the rain delay hurt them, but the ratings have gone down. We're down 60% this season, for this particular Daytona 500. They need this.
Right. They do.
So,
you know, and let's just keep it real. There aren't but a handful of drivers that really are keeping the lights on.
Right.
Junior's at number one on that list.
And even though Richard Petty doesn't like her, Danica Patrick keeps the lights on.
Absolutely positive.
She makes it interesting.
There you go.
So
she does.
Yeah.
But Papa Petty need to sit down somewhere.
Well, you know,
I'll get in the car. I hadn't gotten in the car in 25 years.
Yeah, well, look.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Let me just say, if I want to watch a 76-year-old man drive, I'll just I'll just go downtown Atlanta.
Yeah.
Or go visit Florida.
Yeah.
I don't need to.
Yeah.
I don't need you getting in the car.
No.
So just chillax.
No. Yes.
Chillax on that one.
Especially with sunglasses
because
on.
Danica's gonna hurt your feelings.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you'll be like, well, I don't know what happened.
I'll be all over you like a spider monkey, old man.
Shake
and bake. Y'all don't understand.
All right, folks. Remember, you are watching and listening to That's What She Said Sports. I'm Nicole Monique, and I'm with my co-dude BG.
Yep.
And it's now time for Beast and Busters.
Boss.
And we have a long line of beasts. We haven't had a lot of beasts in a while.
Hey, man, we should, man.
So first,
it's a beast time.
Right. So first, we got to give it up to LeBron James, who, even though OKC tried to kill him,
man, he got knocked the smoke out.
Yeah. But but all they could do was break his nose. But even with that, when it was that play, he finished it.
He did.
So yeah,
that's grown man basketball right there.
Right.
That's what that is.
The man finished the play, fell down. You know, we had the blood.
Right.
It was like true blood. Every which way.
Blood on the dance floor.
But he still finished the play.
Wow.
That's a beast.
That is.
So it didn't work, Sergey Ibaka. It didn't work.
Dang, Ibaka gave him a right cross.
Next beast we have to give it to
Duke. Let's go, Duke. Let's go, Duke. How you like me now?
I'll let you speak on this one.
Yes.
I'll let you speak on Dookie.
The Duke Blue Devils took it to the Syracuse Orangemen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Coach Jimmy Boeheim. Who does that,
well,
man?
we'll be talking about him in a minute.
Okay.
When we get to the other category.
All right.
All right, so I had to give it to Michigan. They beat Michigan State. What?
Wow. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Seriously.
Crickets. Huh? What happened? What?
Really?
What?
I at least got a little excited for Duke.
What?
And I don't get Nathan from Michigan.
I was excited.
Oh, really? Because it was more like constipated.
No, it was on the inside. I was trying to get it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were trying to get it out.
You know, like a good, belch after a cold one or something. It gets kind of stuck. You be like, trying to get it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about to throw a word out here in a minute.
Yeah, don't do. Yeah. Be nice. Be nice.
All right, our girl Ronda Rousey. 9-0 defended her UFC bantamweight title for the third time at UFC 170. But here's my thing.
Yeah, let's go now. Let's go.
She got a TKO with a minute and 6 seconds into the first round. Right. Why did Sarah McMahon even?
And that's what's crazy. Sarah McMahon is like a 2-time judo champ,
right,
or something like that.
Now I do have a quote from Sarah where she said, and I quote, "I thought it was a good fight, but I got hit in the liver, and no matter how hard you train, you can't make your liver stronger." And I'll give her that. Okay, I get that.
For real?
But in the same token,
for real,
a minute and 6 seconds,
a liver shot.
I'm just saying. Got to give me something.
For real?
I don't know. I've never been hit in the liver, but it sounds painful.
How do you even know that was your liver that you got hit in?
I don't know.
That could have been just your craw or something. Solar plexus or something.
But I mean, is there anybody qualified to beat Ronda or to just give us some sort of?
You know what? You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I thought this chick here was the one.
Well, it wasn't
all this world championship and how big she is. Man, she's like bigger than Ronda.
Right.
She's like taller than her, and that woman like a tree.
But you know, the beautiful thing about UFC, it doesn't matter how big you are.
Right. The harder you fall.
That's it.
And the sad part about it is the weakest part of Ronda's game is what allowed her to win.
Which was?
Standing and punching.
Yeah.
Standing and punching on her feet. Take that. Bow. Take that. Come on, young fella. Yeah.
Well, I mean, at this point, is Ronda got to fight guys?
I know, right? I mean,
it's like we're running out of women.
I mean, you really are,
I'm just saying.
There's nothing left.
Because I'm not going in there.
There's
as
nobody.
Much as I love the octagon, I'm not. She's not about to break my arm.
I thought for sure this woman was going to give her everything that she was looking for.
Yeah, well, Sarah said she can't do it.
But a minute in and she sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Because my liver.
She got Pacquiao.
No, come on. You had to. Yeah. You had to bring that up.
Oh, Pacquiao went to sleep.
Okay.
All he needed was a Snuggie in his blanket.
Anywho, Jadeveon Clowney, who did not go to sleep, he ran a 4.53.
That's a beast.
40-yard dash at the NFL Combine.
That's a beast.
Now, what cracks me up about this, him running his 4.53.
He a big dude.
They were like, "Oh, he ran faster than Johnny Manziel."
What?
Duh.
What?
I mean, did we ever think Johnny Manziel was fast?
No, I didn't.
I mean, come on.
But you're talking about a guy that's 6'5", 260 doing this.
Huge.
A beast.
4.53.
Literally a beast.
That's ridiculous.
That's probably the official time. Unofficially, it's probably was faster than that.
Yeah.
Probably 4.4.
Now, here's my thing too. Have you been watching the Combine?
I have not.
I'll be honest with you, this year I really haven't watched it like in the past. I think the last year I really got into it. It was RG3 and Luck and all them. And I think too because like the Olympics was on, and just there's been so much going on. I just need a break.
Right.
You know, so obviously like everybody else, I'm reading about it and following it on social media, whatever. But it just doesn't seem like this Combine is really that exciting anyway. Not really. You don't have. They talk about Bridgewater,
right? You don't have a bunch of marquee players,
right?
I mean, you have some good players, but you don't have players that are like, wow, got that wow factor. Yeah. At least as far as I'm concerned. But the Combine for me has never been. It's always been take it or leave it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not until now, like you said. Oh, yeah. Jadeveon Clowney ran the 4.4, so it's like, okay, well, let me tune in. I mean, because to me, again, the Combine is like that really good appetizer as you're waiting for the main course. But at the same token, like I don't need it, right? Because at the end of the day, I still want the main course, which is the season, right? So it's like, it's those same players. Like you just know it's going to be those same players, pretty much like the top 5 or top 10, right? Right. I don't need to see everybody else. Yeah. Then too, I mean, it's like I don't know. To me, it's all pomp and circumstance. It is, and it's like National Signing Day. Yeah, exactly. We don't need that. We didn't have that back in the day. No, we don't need that. So just sign them, suit them up. I mean, if you like the appetizer, hey, enjoy. Yeah, go and get. But sometimes just go straight for the main course. Just go straight for the main course. All right, folks, let's talk about our busters. We brought him up. Syracuse coach Jim Boeheim. Yeah. Shout out to Jimmy. I love you, man. Love you, dude. He had a little nut moment. Yeah. That's what we'll call it. 10.8 seconds. You running out on the court. Got ejected. Who does that? Game. Nice. But not just ran out. Like he ran out like coat was like coming off. Like Thriller. Finger in the guy. Like in the Billie Jean. Yeah, it was. Yeah, and the ref, he lives here in Stone Mountain. Does he really? Yeah. Nice. He's one of the top refs in the NCAA. Really? And I read something recently where he was just like, hey, he got caught up in the moment. It happens. He goes, I'm over it. Right. So. Yeah. But here's the thing. A lot of people will contend, Jimmy Boeheim, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, that call was a bang, bang call. Okay. Period. Whether it be made or not. Right. Syracuse is still down. Right. You know what I mean? So Jim Boeheim running out there on the court just put the nail in the coffin. Yeah. You know what I mean? And again, not just running, he had a nut moment. He did. he had a crazy whoo. We don't know what's going on. Yeah. Cuckoo. But it was nice to see though. I mean, really. I mean, don't get me wrong. No disrespect. It was nice to see him go nuts. It was nice. It was nice to see him lose it. Okay. No disrespect to Jimmy Boeheim because I still think he's probably one of the top 5 greatest NCAA. Oh yeah. Coaches. Bar none. Oh, definitely. But it was nice to see him lose it for a change. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he's always cool under pressure. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I truly believe that Coach K is. I mean, of course, we've seen him lose a couple times, but still,
yeah. That hair is never
gone anywhere. But I think he really does. I think he really does lose it at times.
Yeah.
I think he really.
Well, it was like this season seeing Nick Saban kind of have a couple nut moments.
Right.
Every once in a while, you need that.
But I mean, well, I'm not going to go there. I want to leave that alone.
So our last buster goes for, and you called this one out. You said it goes to CBS for switching the golf coverage with no warning. But I had to tell you, they did warn us.
Okay, that was not much of a warning.
Well, they said, I get where you're coming from.
Okay.
It was like as the guys were walking because they're getting ready. They said for those on the West Coast, you stay here. For those on the East Coast, you need to go to the Golf Channel.
Yeah.
So,
but then you give this long introduction about 60 minutes, and the next thing you know, okay, wait a minute. Okay, is it still the introduction? No, it's the actual show. Okay,
right.
Gee,
right.
You know, he's just like in limbo, like what the hell? So,
all right,
just really strange.
Yeah. So, lastly, folks, remember the movie Stripes, Meatballs, Ghostbusters, Caddyshack, and Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
Comedies that still to this day crack you up and bring a smile to your face.
Right.
Well, the man behind all of them, Harold Ramis, has died. 69 years old, writer, director, and actor. And if you're not familiar with him, he's actually has been in a lot of those movies. In fact, he was one of the Ghostbusters.
Right.
The guy with the glasses, like the nerdy guy with the glasses.
Right. Egon.
So, Chicago guy, funny guy. And honestly, I didn't know he was 69.
69.
I mean, that's one of those things, I was thinking about. I was like, man, as we get older, you always forget about the guys that,
I guess so,
like those different actors and writers,
like Bill Murray and those guys are probably pretty up there as well.
Right.
Wow.
But I'm a huge Harold Ramis fan. So, and Ghostbusters has to be like one of those movies where, it's just, there's one of those movies from your childhood that you just love.
It's an iconic classic.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just rest in peace to Harold Ramis and condolences to his family.
Yeah. So. Man. Wow.
Yeah, right. Because I was like 69.
Right.
I'm like, when did that happen?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. Cheese and rice.
All right, folks. Thank you for watching and listening to That's What She Said Sports Talk Her Way. Remember, you can catch us on podbean.com and iTunes, on our YouTube channel, and on the I-95 Sports Network. And you can now actually listen to the I-95 Sports Network at 712-432-3393. Be sure to visit our website, twssports.com. Follow us on Twitter. I'm at TWSS Sports, and BG.
I'm at Big BG, the number 1.
And remember, folks, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, like I said, and Google+.
Yeah.
And as always, we always want to know what you're thinking. Give us your feedback, any story ideas.
Right.
We always want to love to hear from you. So we appreciate the banter that we have sometimes with the folks on Twitter. And you can use the hashtag #SheSaidSports.
Keeps us sharp.
And BG, any last words?
Nope. Keeps us sharp. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Keeps
us on his toes.
Yep.
And I will have to say, to the Podbean audience that's growing, thank you so much for following us. We really do appreciate it. The audience over the last few weeks has just grown. So we really appreciate all those who are taken to us, and of course all those who listen to us in the I-95 Sports Network. You know what? We kind of had alluded to this in the beginning of the year, but 2014 is definitely the year we're making some moves, and we're looking to grow, and it's just an exciting time.
It is. It really is. And thanks for showing us the love, especially on Podbean. I know that there's 1,000 others out there that you could probably listen to, and you chose to listen to us, so we appreciate that.
Definitely.
We definitely do appreciate that. But wow, 69, huh?
Yeah.
I'm still tripping off of that.
Right.
Because when you put it into context, like Ghostbusters wasn't that long ago.
Right.
At least that's the way we feel.
But yeah, I like to feel a lot of that stuff wasn't that long ago.
Right.
So, but I'm 22, so.
Yeah, you too, huh? Right. It's crazy though when you find out, like some of the stars and people that you love and follow.
When you were younger, right? Like I used to think some of these groups, the people were so much older, and then I kind of find out they're like, oh, you're only 3 years older than me?
Man, that's like Niles Rodgers. This dude has been around forever.
Right.
Literally forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chic.
Yeah.
Man. Wow.
Having a moment.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, he's old, but he looks good.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's look good. He's beat prostate cancer and all of that.
A lot of these people are like a fine wine. Right. And remember, too, age.
It's better with time.
Aaliyah said it best.
Ain't nothing but a number. Yeah. Boy, I tell you.
Anywho.
We kill us. We kill us. Thank y'all for loving us, man, following us, looking at us, and all that good stuff. Don't forget about I95sportsnetwork.com. Check us out there. And always, when we leave you, the BG stands for Be Good. Till next time.
Till next time, folks.